Alright, let's go over homework 4.3, number 10. Alright, so first we're looking for the minimum value and the maximum value. So let's take the derivative so that we can find the critical number. So f prime of x is equal to, alright, so we're going to have to use a product rule. So this is the first part, this is the second part. So derivative of the first part is 2x. And second, e to the negative x plus the first guy, x squared, times e to the negative x. All right, then put them together so you can see that, let's see, so x and e to the x is in common, so x e to the, actually e to the negative x I should have said. All right, so x is here, and e to the negative x. E to the negative x is in common, so pull those out. What's left is and 2. Oh, actually, sorry. I forgot to take the derivative, so multiply by negative 1. All right, so that's actually 2 minus, because of this negative sign, and x. All right, so set that equal to 0. We'll see that x equals 0 from here, and from here we can get 2. So those are critical numbers. All right, so let's do a number line so that we know what it looks like. And since x is greater than or equal to 0, so we start from 0, then x is 2 right here. All right, so let's try number f prime f prime of 1. So if you plug in 1 here, that's going to be positive, that's positive, that's positive, so it is positive. Right, and after that we plug in 3. Right, so you can see that 2 minus 3 is negative, everything else is positive, so it's got to be negative. Right, and you see that the function will have a shape such that it's increasing in the beginning, after that it's decreasing. Right, so we know that the maximum will occur at x equals 2, that's for sure, so that's going to be a max. Right, and also at 0 you can see that the function value is f of 0 is obviously 0, and the function is actually always positive except for when x equals 0. So minimum value is going to be 0. So this is going to be a minimum value right here. All right, so we're looking for the minimum, so f of 0, which is 0, so we put 0 here. All right, then maximum value happens at 2, so we just have to find f of 2. F of 2 would be 2 squared would be 4, and you have e to the negative 2. So you can probably write it as 4 over e squared. All right. Then part B, we're looking for the value x such that the f increases the most rapidly. All right, so you kind of look for the critical number for f prime. So we're gonna take the second derivative and set it equal to 0. All right, so second derivative is going to be, all right, so here maybe I'll write it this way. So you have 2x minus x squared e to the negative x. So if you take the derivative of that, you will get 2 minus 2x e to the negative x plus, right, first guy is 2x minus x squared, and derivative of the second is e to the negative x, then chain rule, multiply by negative 1. All right, so if you clean that up, you're going to get, let's see, all right, e to the negative x is in common, so I'll pull that out. All right, so you have a negative 1 and a negative x squared, so it's going to be positive x squared. All right, so it's negative 1 with the negative 2x, and there's another negative 2x, so it's a minus 4x. Then you have a constant sitting here, so it's plus 2. Right? So we set that equal to 0. All right? Exponential function is always positive, so it's never 0. So only chance we have is x squared minus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. Right? Unfortunately, we have to use a quadratic formula, so x is equal to, right, negative b, so positive 4 plus or minus square root of b squared, so 16 minus 4 times a is 1 times c, so it's 2, and all over 2 times a is 1, right, which is going to be 4 plus or minus, right, square root of 16 minus 8, so square root of 8 is 2 square root of 2 divided by 2, right, which can be simplified as 2 plus or minus square root of 2. All right, we know that since the original function is increasing only between 0 and 2, we have to pick the critical number, or we have to pick the number between 0 and 2. In this case, 2 plus square root of 2 is simply just too big. It's bigger than 2. So you have to pick 2 minus square root of 2. That's where the derivative is the largest. So you can see that, so it's going to be 2 minus square root of 2. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.